regarding Tornado Cash, obviously they are the mixer or the equivalent mixer like Whirlpool for one of the other cryptocurrencies that shall not be named, but obviously they were sanctioned by the Treasury Department. A lot of news has come out in the 24 hours since this has happened. Obviously, there was a court case in Berenstein versus the U.S. Department of Justice where Berenstein won the case. The Ninth Circuit of Appeals ruled that software source code with speech protected by the First Amendment and government regulations preventing its publication were unconstitutional. So obviously, it seems to be that they're trying to go after them for KYC or AML laws, but that's kind of preventing the source code. So it remains to be seen how this shakes out. There was a story yesterday from the CEO of CirclePay, and basically it seized up a large portion of their accounts that had these tainted ETH addresses in it. So it not only restricted the movement of the ETH that they had, but the USDC. Further, this gets more and more interesting. Someone that was in the Tornado Cash whirlpool was sending out point one to a bunch of other addresses. Basically, this is called the dusting attack, when you send a small amount of whatever you have to someone else. And basically, it was dinging all these people's addresses, saying that they can no longer use this address because it received basically tainted like cryptocurrency from them. One of the addresses was Brian Armstrong himself, the CEO of Coinbase. So I find this very, very interesting. Now, we don't want to focus on, obviously, the cryptocurrency that we just named, but because we've listed all the host of issues that we see with it, with centralization, the issues, the faulty software that's built on and all that. But this is an attack on privacy, which will ultimately come to the Bitcoin community. And while, I don't agree with what they do, I'm kind of more of the libertarian mindset that no, like we don't need more regulations for this. It's the free market sorts it out. With that being said, this is not investment advice. Whatever you put your money into, like there are risks to anything you invest in. But yeah, PQ, anything else you guys want to add to this privacy attack that we're seeing right now, which I think is only a matter of time before they come after Bitcoin and the Bitcoin CoinJoin implementations?
Yeah, I mean, you said it best, and I'll even caveat it and just say, if there are things, and I'll keep it broad, but if there are things that you don't want yourself to be succumbed to, that you don't want people that you align with to have to deal with, those same things, for example, if you want privacy over your own payments and your money, those things should still be synonymous with other types of cryptocurrencies, because unfortunately, they'll do it to them, they'll do it to you too. So to Chris's point, like this is an attack not on Ethereum, this is an attack on privacy. And if they are successful in wiping down code from the internet, which we have established is protected by the First Amendment, I mean, we've seen this government overturn things just on its whim. So we'll see how this pans out. But this is not a win in any way for Bitcoin, other than maybe lighting a fire and getting people to really pay attention and fight for what we all need, which is less surveillance and less authority from this tyrannical government.
Apologies. I think this is particularly interesting because this was hosted on GitHub, and the software engineers who had contributed to this code base, their GitHub got suspended. And GitHub is a core aspect of the software engineering community. It is a core aspect of the open source development community. Now, Git is a protocol. GitHub is a platform, a website that was created to more effectively facilitate the open source and closed source contribution to software. But the vast majority of open source software that exists today is hosted on GitHub, the website. And so there's other systems out there. There's GitLab. You can run it in a local, or sort of in a local way. But this is, to my knowledge, one of the first times that we've seen this kind of overreach with regard to GitHub specifically. And so I think this is it's a terrible thing. It is also a positive thing in that it is reminding everyone how important it is to remain sovereign, both in your financial systems and also in your software system. So, GitHub Core is currently hosted on GitHub. People have been, maintaining archives, up-to-date backups of everything that is on the, Bitcoin Core repo. But it becomes so important that we are aware of and work to prevent these types of systems, or really any type of system, from becoming a potential central point of failure. So I hope that this is a wake-up call, both for people that are in the ETH community who are like, Ethereum is decentralized, which is horseshit, and also for Bitcoiners, and forces all of us to kind of identify those potential points of failure in the future and work to remediate them. But I think a lot of people that are in the ETH community are getting a very, very rude awakening right now.